Introducing your newscasters, Bobbin in the Water and Hugh Jackson.
Welcome to another edition of this BET Nightly Newscast. I'm Bobbin in the Water.
And I'm Hugh Jackson. Tonight's top story: after a week-long search for Flight M83 for Singapore Airlines, they've come out with an official announcement that the search has been closed and the 250 people, crew, and passengers aboard have been presumed dead. This is the most deadly airplane accident in the last 10 years. And here at BET, our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the victims.
The CEO of Singapore Airlines has released an official statement regarding the compensation of each of the families of the victims. We go now to the statement.
We're going to be spending $175,000 per passenger, and that will be a subtotal of $43 million. We want to put our prayers out to and our thoughts to the people that were in this accident, and especially to the pilots and their co-workers. We hopefully that this can help whoever affected, and that they can be provided for.
Now, it's definitely a difficult time for Singapore Airlines. This is the second accident they have had in the last 6 months. Their stocks have plummeted, and this is definitely a difficult time for them to start paying out their compensations, as well as the lawsuits that are bound to follow and are happening right now.
Yeah, the most known of these lawsuits is that of Sir Isaac Ration. He is the son of acclaimed billionaire Sir James Ration, and this lawsuit was originally for $5 million. They settled for $3 million, but at this rate, the airline would be forced to pay $3 million to each of the victims, totaling to an amount of $750 million, which they obviously don't have at the time. Today with us in the field is Slash Osborne, a reporter with one of the families of these victims. Slash, down to you.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Chesterfield's Jean and her son, Robbie. And we're talking about the tragedy with the disappearance of the Malaysian airline. How has this tragedy affected your family?
Well, my husband was on that flight, and as the sole provider of our family, it's been really tough. I don't have a college education. We have a son in college, and Robbie here is preparing to go to college. So we really felt the effect.
What do you feel would be a proper compensation for your family's loss?
Well, I saw on the news about Sir Isaac, what's his name, and he's from this rich family, and his dad, he was on this flight too, and he sued the airlines for like $3 million. And this guy, he didn't even know his dad, probably hadn't talked with him for like 15 years. And I feel like he wasn't affected at all by the loss of his dad. The loss of my dad, the loss of... We deserve it at least as much. Don't you think?
Right, thank you. Back to you, Bob.
Thanks, Slash. Our condolences go out to the Chesterfield family for their loss. Up next, what's fair compensation, Bob? Should all the payments be equal to each family? They have different circumstances. As well as, should the airline be held responsible? Technically, it's not their fault. It was just lost. Was the pilot, of questionable sound,
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's newscast. Thank you. I'm Bobbin in the Water.
And I'm Hugh Jackson. Thanks for joining us.